So to start going, here you register an organization. Here is where you put the school name. So let's say example ESQ Secondary School, ESQ Secondary School. Then the email address, the admin email address that will be used through to log in and to register some other people. So at gmail.com. Here is the phone number of the contact person. So this phone number is also what will be used in when you want to log into the app to make approvals and all that. So you put in the number of the admin. Then here you choose the password. Then these two passwords must be the same. The password you want here and the password that you repeat here should be the same. Then you register. Once that is done, now because I'm already registered, so you click already registered, should get you to the login screen. So get you to the login screen. So let's do, that's your registration. Then you get this. Now on the screen you'll see the cards here: students, teachers, staff, parents, and the general timetable here based on what you've registered. So if in a new organization you need to have the system set up, so we have registration. So here you can register parents, first name, ID, email. Then let's just register one. ID, email, phone number, so the phone number should start with +254 because of WhatsApp. So when you automate WhatsApp, it's very critical that you get the country code. So it should start with +254. Then street. These other options can be blank if you don't have, but it's good that you include them. So let's say Kabati, postal address, county, submit. So success. Then you can view the list here of the parents that are registered. So you'll have the list of all your parents. Then the next thing you register is the student. So here you put the full name, class, house if for boarding schools, then previous school before joining, and the KCPE results. Now these two help in terms of analysis if the student is dropping or improving from the way they registered into the school. Then the current registration number, date of birth. Then here you upload a picture. Then if you have, then here you need to link student to a parent. Now, the importance of this part is that any information for these students, when you'll be sending an email, messages and all that, it will be sent to the parent that you've linked the student to here. So it's very critical that you link the correct parent. Then here you can view the student list. So here it will give you all the list of your students, name, class. Then here you can register a teacher. So here the information to register a teacher is name, ID, date of birth, email address, phone. This something to notice that this email address is what will be used by the teacher to log in into the app. So it must be a real email address. Then country, we also like capture the KRA pin, TSC number, and bank details as well. Then here you can view list of teachers, staff as well. You register. These are basic setups before you start. So here you can register staff. Here also staffs that deal, for example, librarian, store, and or any other staff. The email address that you provide here is what they will use to sign in into the app. Then you can view as well the staff list. Now that's the basic, like the things that you need to register, the people, the users that you need to register into the system before you start going. Then now we also have an administrative function. Here you do setup for the system. Now under setup, if you have more than one branch, you can register different branch here. So let's say you have more than 2 schools. So you can register here name and the email address. So this email address also as well is what will be used to access the different branches that you've included. Then academic setups. Now under academic setups, you can create class. Now to create class, you just include, depending on your namings, if it's class 1, class 2, form 1, form 2, form 3, you just put that form 1, then you click the save button. Then stream, suppose for each class you have more than one stream, so you can include your streams here. Maybe it's green or yellow or Batian, depending on how you name your stream. So that's exactly what you do here. Then you save. Then here you create grades. Now this applies mostly during exam analysis, where you give a grade, let's say B, then you say per subject. Now you create grades per subject. You can say for geography, lower mark is the lower point of that marks. Let's say B starts at 60 and upper mark is 65. Then points for B is 5. So then you save. Then you go to subject groupings. Now here subject groupings, we have like the normal curriculum. We have the compulsory, humanities, technicals and applied sciences, and languages. So languages will fall under compulsory because it's compulsory is Kiswahili, English and mathematics. Then sciences, biology, chemistry and physics. Applied and technical, business, agriculture, computer science and the rest. So that's what you include here. Then when you are creating subject, now after you've created subject, you'll pair them based on the categories that you had listed above. If it's technical and applied sciences, languages, compulsory, and all that. Then you also create exam types. Now here, the exam types you can create if it's an end term, CAT, or mid-term, depending on how you name your examination. So it's what will be used as a distinguishing factor during marks entry and when you want to get results of a given student. So go. Then subject allocation. Now here you allocate a subject to a teacher. So you say geography, then which class, Form 1, and to which teacher. So the teachers, this is very critical when auto-generating a timetable, because it's what will be considered to make sure that there is no collision of one teacher having more than one class. Then we also have library function. A library is most of it is done on the app that I will cover while we are doing the app, because the librarian and the teacher can just use their mobile phone to issue books, yeah, and all that. Then but here you can record book category like novels, academics, exercise books, pens, if the librarian takes care of the stationaries as well. Then accounting, this we are still on the setup. So here accounting, you need to create chart of accounts. So charts of accounts include school fees, expenses, food, and all that. Then you create the activity. So activity can be like school fees. Then activity mapping. Here now you map an activity. If it's school fees, what do you debit and what do you credit? And based on the information you are giving here is what we use to generate journal entry and all that. Then from journal entries we can get the balance sheet and income statement and all the relevant reports, accounting reports that you may need. Then we have fee item. Now here, fee item are things like tuition. Then you put in the amount you charge for tuition, maybe sports, for example, or just depending on your split of the school fees. So here you give the split or the category, how the fee is mapped. Then stores is also covered in the app. So the stores and library majority is done in the app, so that the storekeeper can actually issue and receive goods through the app, but we'll give a view on what is on store and what is missing. Then after registration, now we go to attendance here. You can choose class, stream, then you'll view list of students, then you can mark your register here. So there's two ways you can do register, through the com or through the app. We have also that functionalities in the app for teachers, so we'll also cover much of it while we are doing the app. Then you can view register to see the attendance per day. So here you'll view all the students who are present on that day. The next item here is the messaging. So messaging, you can do single and multiple. So if you do single, you'll have to put the specific number that you want to send the message to. Or if you want to do multiple, so here you'll choose message category. You can choose to all teachers, parents, staff, everyone. You have the liberty to create the groups, school fee balances, and maybe results. So the results will automatically be sent to parents. Then the other message type is email. So email and WhatsApp, the same logic. So you can send to a single email, then you can attach. If you have a file or a picture that you want to attach, then here you can CC whoever you want. Then if you want to send to multiple, so you just choose to all teachers, parents, and also the same category like the messages, so you can create them here. Then timetable. So here you can just view a rough timetable, but you can also create timetable. Then now, after what we've covered were the setups, so we are going to academics. So here on academics, you can create exam. So you can create mid-term or end term, start date, end date, and exam type, like the one we had created if it's a cut or a final exam. Then scores here. If you want to add scores into through the web, now you choose the exam, subject, class, then student registration number and scores. So say 3020. Now if you submit, it will automatically save for this specific student. This one also is done through the app to make it easier for the teachers to record the app, their marks wherever they are through the app. Then you can view also student results. So you'll select which exam, then student registration, submit, then it will give you the results of that student. Then analysis, exam analysis. So analysis is done subject wise, class, and student wise. So subject wise, you can get subject champions, subject performance, and subject performance for all. So student champions, you select the exam, class, then you submit. If you submit, it will give you the list. Then you can auto size. Now if you auto size, it fits the details into one screen, and you can print as well. Subject performance. So subject performance, geography, you submit. So it will tell you how Form 4 has Form 4 stream wise. Now this one shows you how each stream in Form 4 has performed in geography. Now subject all will show you how for the entire school. So it will show you Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4 how they performed. Then class analysis, so you can view class performance. So here midterm from 4. So here you'll see the performance of the class maths. So you can also increase the column length just by dragging it wherever you want, or you can play around with the buttons here to get whatever you want. So here you'll see the stream performance total. If you autofit, you'll see the grades. So here you'll see the mean and the grade of each stream. Then performance for all. For all means for the old school. So here you'll see how from one edge for the entire school per stream. So CP means C plus, CM means C minus. Then broadsheet. So here broadsheet, you choose the class that you want. So it will give you for the old students, you can autofit, and you will get the position, mean and the total. So you can look, you can check broad per stream and for the entire class. The previous one was for the entire class, and it will give you all that. Then so you can also check specific subject if you want to check specific subject results. So then finance. So here school fees mapping. So here school fees mapping is per class. So tuition, which class, then you map the school that the class needs to pay, the amount that they need to pay. Then you can receive school fees. So here we are, while receiving school fees, we need registration number. Then research. If you click the search button, it gives you the student details here, including the parent. Then you click pay, then the amount that has been paid, payment option, if it's cash, bank, or M-Pesa, and the reference number, then you pay. Once you do the payment, the parent will receive message of confirmation of payment received. Then fee statement. So here you can search student, submit, then it will give you the statement of that student. Apparently this student has no entries in the journal entry, so you would have gotten a fee statement here. Then you can also check the student balances per stream. Now it's at this point that you can now send the message to the parents to clear the balances. Then we have petty cash. Now here you mark the activity, the debit account, credit account. Then here you can view petty cash, the expenses, the same here, cash flow. So these are just financial where you can view all this. Then we have stock. Transport is still for transport, and until we do tracker. So we are doing tracking both in the web and also in the parents app, but it's work in progress for now. So that's the web overview of everything that it's doing. So maybe let's check the app, how app is doing then. Yeah, thank you.